Hello and welcome to this 1 hour gentle vinyasa yoga flow. I'm Sue from Age Well Yoga, and tonight we'll be going through a gentle flow that's focused on grounding. So thinking about your root energy area, your root chakra at the base of your spine, and connecting in with the earth and connecting with all the support that we have to guide us and to assist us. It's our center of physical well-being, stability. It's our foundation. So we're going to be thinking about that a bit tonight. But to get started, just sit comfortably on your mat. And as always, just do what is comfortable for you. You might have your legs out in front of you or have your legs crossed. And as we go through practice, just do what feels right in your body today. Don't go to the point of pain. So just become present in your space. Start to notice your sit bones connecting in with the earth. You might like to flutter your eyes closed or look down at the floor in front of you. As you turn your attention inwards, start to notice the air coming in and out of your nostrils. Notice the temperature of the air as it goes in and comes out. Inhale and notice the expansion through your chest. Exhale and release your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, expanding through the chest and the ribs. And exhale, noticing your feet and legs connecting to the earth. Take 2 more inhales just like that in your own time. Noticing the expansion as you inhale and your connection to the earth as you exhale. And as you continue to breathe naturally, start to focus your mind on your coccyx, your tailbone, the base of your spine, your root chakra area. And just start to connect in your mind that area with your mat, with the floor, and with the ground, the earth beneath. A little as though you were a tree, and your spine is the trunk of the tree. And you have roots that go into the ground that support you, keeping you safe and secure. Confident that you know your place. Inhale, notice the energy coming up your spine, and exhale, notice it cascading back down. Take 2 more inhales, imagining that energy coming up from the earth, and then washing down over your body as it returns. And let that visualization go. You might like to flicker your eyes open, and we'll start to move the body and warm it up. Have your hands next to you, palms up. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side and up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. This time looking at your fingers as your hands come together, and exhaling, hands to heart center. Just notice how your shoulders feel, your neck, your back. We'll do 1 more like that. Inhale, stretching out to the side, up overhead, looking at your fingers, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhaling, stretching out to the side, hands above the head, and then exhaling, dropping the right hand to the mat and leaning over to the right, pointing the left fingers towards the right. Take a breath here and notice the expansion all the way from your left sit bones, all the way through your left side body to your left fingertips. And as you exhale, notice the sit bones connecting with the earth. On your next inhale, come back up to center, hands above the head, and exhale, go to the other side. Fingers pointing to the left. Inhaling and expanding through the side body. And exhaling, anchoring down into the mat. Inhale and come up. And exhale, sweep your hands to the back. Plant your hands on the ground, fingers pointing away from you. And exhale here. Squeeze the shoulders together, and on your next inhale, look up at the ceiling, arching the back for a beautiful stretch in the front body, in your throat area, and the small of the back as you tilt your pelvis forwards. Breathing, expanding. Beautiful. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and up to the side, sorry, up above you, and then cascade them down in front of you onto the floor. Just allow them to land wherever they do. Inhale and look forward, stretching forward from the hips, and then exhale, tuck your chin to your chest as you look towards your navel. Take a couple of breaths here. Just notice the expansion through your back body as your lungs are working. Beautiful. Inhaling and raising your hands and arms above the head, palms facing. Exhaling and turning to the right. Drop your left hand to the opposite. It's outside of your right knee, and the other hand drops behind you. Inhale as you straighten through the spine, tucking the chin in slightly, and exhale as you look over that right shoulder. Inhale and come back to center, hands stretched above the head, and exhale going to the other side. Hand to the outside of the knee, and your right hand dropping behind you. No, left hand dropping behind you. Sorry, confusing everyone. Inhale, stretch tall, and exhale to turn a little further. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center, stretching the arms above the head, and exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice work. Just putting your hands on your knees or your lap for a few minutes. Sitting nice and tall, shoulders descending away from the ears. Just allowing the crown of the head to shine up towards the sky as you lengthen through the spine, tucking in the belly button. Inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly turn and look to the right, and swivel your eyes so they look even further to the right. Inhale and come back to center, looking straight ahead. And exhale, going to the left. Swivel your head and then swivel your eyes so they're all the way around to the left. Beautiful. Then inhale, come back to center. Just have a look up at the ceiling. And then tuck your chin and look down at your navel. One more time, inhaling, looking up. And exhaling, looking down. Your chin still on your chest. We're going to make a smiley shape with our chins now. So we're first of all going to go to the right, coming around and up, and then come back down, around past the chest, and then looking to the left. So make a smiley smile with our chin. One more time to each side. Coming over to the right. And then coming down again, looking to the chest, navel, coming to the left. And then come back to center and look straight ahead. Just give your shoulders a roll, backwards and forwards. And then put your hands out in a stop sign. Put each thumb into your palms. Cover your thumb with your fingers. And then just roll your hands Roll your wrists one way and then the other way. Nice work. Straighten out your hands. And then put your hands on your shoulders. Good. And make circles with your elbows. Large or small as you like. One way and then the other way. Just feeling into that stretch. Beautiful. Nice work. All warmed up now. So we're going to go into tabletop. So come into tabletop with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Feet pointing straight back. Neutral spine. The crown is shining forward. Tailbone shines back. Just have a look at your hands and make sure that their fingers are spread wide so the thumbs are almost pointing towards each other. And press into your fingertips. Inhale and draw a line up with your nose into cow. Hips go to the sky, belly towards the mat. And exhale into cat, curling through the back, chin to chest. Inhale for cow. Hips go high, broad through the shoulder blades. Exhale, pushing the mat away and curling the tailbone in. Two more like that. Inhaling for cow in your own time. And exhaling when you get to cat. And coming back to neutral spine when you finish those cat-cows. Beautiful. We'll do a thread the needle now. So placing your weight in your left hand. Inhale, looking at your right hand, stretch it out to the side and then point your hand up towards the ceiling, nice straight arm. And then exhale, bring it back down to the mat. We'll do it again on the right side, but this time we'll thread the needle. So inhaling, stretching your arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling, following your hand with your eyes, and then exhaling, threading your right hand under your left arm, palm is up, and placing your right shoulder on the mat, right ear on the mat, and the back of the right hand on the mat. Stretch your left hand out to the top corner of your mat. And you might like to stretch your left leg back as well, tucking in the toes for an extra stretch. Looking under your left upper arm, threading the needle. Take a breath here. Return your knee to the mat and your hand under your face, your left hand under your face. Inhale, push up and unwind. Hand goes out to the side, up towards the ceiling, and exhaling, returning the hand back to the mat. So we're back in neutral spine, tabletop, left side now. Inhaling, left arm stretches out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Watch your hand as it goes through. Exhaling, coming back down to the mat. Now we'll do the full thread the needle on the left side. Inhaling, stretching the arm out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as you thread your left hand under your right arm, palm faces up. This is a good place to be. If you'd like to stretch your right hand towards the top corner of your mat, that's great. And you might like also to stretch your right foot back, tucking in the toes. So your left shoulder, back of the left hand are on the mat. Left ear is on the mat. You might be able to look under your right upper arm a little bit. Intense stretch for the shoulders and the back. If you moved it, bring your right knee back under you and your right hand under your face. On your next inhale, push through your right hand, stretch your left hand wide and bring it up to the ceiling. And then watch your hand as it floats back down to the mat, exhaling. Good work. Nice work. Great stuff. So now we're going to go elbow to knee. So we're going to stretch out the right leg. Stretching it out backwards, pointing the toes down, and the left hand and arm stretch forward as though you were shaking hands with someone. Activating your core, so belly moves towards the spine. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more stretch. Inhaling, elbow to knee, and then returning the left hand and right knee to the mat. Do the other side now, so the left leg stretches long, toes pointing down, the right hand and arm are stretched out as though you're shaking someone's hand. Inhaling, stretch both directions. Exhaling, elbow to knee. Inhaling and stretching, nice diagonal stretch. Exhaling, elbow to knee. Last one, inhaling and stretching. And exhaling, elbow to knee, rounding through the back. And then returning your hand and knee to the mat. Excellent work. Inhale and tuck in your toes. Exhale and send your hips up to the sky for the first downward dog of the day. So walk out to your dog, bend one knee in and then the other. Opposite heel goes to the ground. And you can keep your knees bent a little bit in downward facing dog or have them straightening. Just don't over push them back. Come to a steady state in your downward facing dog. Just have a look at your hands and make sure that the fingers are still spread wide and you're pressing through the tips of your fingers. Elbow creases shine forward. Hips go up to the sky. You should feel a line of energy from your hands through your wrists, elbows, shoulders, side body, all the way up to your hips. One long line of energy. Three-legged dog here. Inhaling, lifting the right foot up to the sky, toes point down. Exhaling, knee to nose, right knee in towards your nose, rounding through the back. Inhaling, right foot up to the sky. And exhaling, right foot comes through towards your hands and in between your hands. So you might need to step forward a couple of times, move your hands to get there. Good work. We're going to drop the left knee to the mat and the right leg is in a square. So your knee should be over your ankle. Inhaling and stretching your arms in front of you and then up vertically. Torso comes vertical, low lunge. Anjaneyasana. So just look ahead, squeezing the thighs together and pressing into both feet, the top of the back foot and the bottom of the front foot. Active in the core. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, point your left hand forward and the right hand back, straight arms for a twist. So you're looking to the right side of your mat. Inhale, stretch up, come back to center, and exhale, rain your hands down to frame your right foot. Bring your hips back, straighten your right leg, and come into half splits. So have your right toes pointing towards your shin. The right hip is tracking back. You might have a gentle bend in your knee or be able to get it pretty much straight in your right leg. 2 breaths here, just releasing the mouth, releasing the jaw. Inhaling and sending breath to anywhere that's grabbing, just calling for attention as you exhale. Inhaling, just softening down towards that leg a little bit further. And then bring your foot back in between your hands and your leg into a square, pressing into both hands, tuck in the left toes and push back into downward facing dog. Hips go to the sky. Left side now, inhaling left leg dog. Left foot goes up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through the back. Inhale, left foot and that leg go up towards the sky, three-legged dog on the left side. Exhale, bringing that knee in towards your chest, your nose, and then stepping your left foot in between your hands. So your left foot is in between your hands, all your toes are pointing forward. Bring your right knee to the mat and uncurl those toes. Inhale, stretch your arms forward and then come up and have them come up overhead so your torso is vertical. Nice work. Squeezing the thighs together if you're wobbling or moving your left foot out slightly. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, bring your right hand forward, left hand back for a twist. Stretch both hands wide. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms go straight up. And exhale, rain your hands forward, framing your left foot. Draw your hips back, straighten the left leg and come into half splits. And again, we'll take a couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your foot back in between your hands. Exhale, tuck in the right toes and push back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands, bending your knees and coming into ragdoll. And just straighten one leg and then the other. So the hands have opposite elbows, just swaying from side to side, allowing the back to release. Let the neck go. You might want to shake your head, nod your head to loosen the muscles in your neck. And then let the hands relax down to the earth. Chin towards the chest. On your next inhale, start to uncurl your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up to mountain pose. Nice and slowly. Being conscious of those bones, stacking one on top of the other. Beautiful. When you get up to mountain pose, give the shoulders a roll one way and then the other way. Standing in mountain pose, palms facing forward so we get breadth across the chest. And just looking at a spot in front of you and starting to feel the balance in your feet. That connection with the earth again. Two corners of each heel, the base of the little toes, the base of the big toe. Feel the energy running up your legs, all the way up the back body, and then cascading down the body as you breathe out. Take an inhale and just imagine that energy coming up from the earth. And exhale as it washes back down. Beautiful. Inhale, spread your arms out to the side, up overhead. Clasp your fingers and then steeple your forefingers. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, leaning to the left. Inhale, stretching up. Exhaling, sweeping your hands behind you, putting your hands into your jeans pocket. And we'll do a small back bend. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades together and looking up, bending through the back. Inhale here and notice the chest expanding. And on your next inhale, come back up and release the hands. Just give the wrists a shake. Beautiful. Coming to the front of your mat. Standing again in mountain pose. We'll do a chair pose. So inhale, sweep your hands up in front of you, arms up in front of you and up overhead, palms facing. Exhale, send your hips down and back. Put your weight into your heels, chair pose. So your upper arms should be near your ears. You're looking forward, nice straight back, and you're active through your core, so tummy is tucked in. Inhale here, stretching out the arms. And then exhale, folding forward, first forward fold of the day. Folding forward, torsos over your thighs. You can straighten your legs as much as you would like. Inhale, come up for halfway lift. Torso is parallel with the mat. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, spreading your arms wide out to the side. Take up space, coming up overhead. And then hands to heart center as you exhale. Great. We'll do a modified salute to the sun. Inhaling, stretching your arms wide to the side, up overhead. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, raining your hands forward for forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands either side of your feet and step back into dog pose. Nice and strong in your dog pose. Hips up to the sky, chest towards the mat. Take a breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your knees back down to the mat and bring your shoulders over your wrists for supported plank. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Tuck your elbows into your ribs and lower down very slowly all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. You might need to wiggle back a bit. Have your hands under your shoulders, pressing into the tops of your feet so your knees come off the mat. Inhaling, raising the head and shoulders. Baby cobra. And exhale here. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, raising the head and the shoulders. You might like to see if you can take your hands off the mat or just have less weight in your hands. The chest might come down a bit, that's fine. And then exhale, coming down to the mat. Inhale, pushing back into tabletop, tucking the toes, and exhaling, downward facing dog. Hips go high to the sky. Step one foot forward, and then the other foot forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Nice work. Sun salutation B with standing poses. So starting in mountain pose. Before we start off though, just notice how you're feeling at the moment. You've started generating some heat in the body. Just notice what's arising for you. Sun salutation B. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhaling, raining your hands down, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling, forward fold. Plant your hands either side of your feet and come back into dog pose. Inhale here, and on the exhale, knees to the mat, supported plank. Shoulders are over the wrists, active through the core. Pushing up through your fingertips, strong in your shoulders, looking forward slightly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Tucking your elbows into your ribs and lowering slowly down to the mat. Have your hands under your shoulders, pressing into the tops of your feet. Inhale for baby cobra. And then exhale to come back down. Inhale, push up to tabletop. Tuck your toes and exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the right side. Inhale, raising the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee in towards your chest, your nose, and then step your foot all the way through in between your hands. We're doing warrior 1 today. So the left foot is going to be flat on the mat at 60 degrees. Just take a breath here and check that your right leg is in the square, your knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale, stretch your hands forward and then come up. Hands go over the head, arms are over the head, and you're looking forward. Warrior 1. Just check that your right hip is tracking back and your left ribs are tracking forward, so your pelvis is in line with the front of your mat. Strong in your back leg, pressing into that left heel. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, rain your hands down. Beautiful. Walking around to the side, the left side of your mat. Flat back, hands are under your face and your arms are straight. Inhale, stretching your right arm out to the side and up so it points to the sky, watching your hand as it goes around. Exhale, right hand sweeps back down to the floor. Left side now. Inhale, stretch your left hand out to the side, point it right up at the ceiling, and exhale, watching the hand as it comes back down. Beautiful. Walking your hands back around to the front of the mat. Feet now point to the front of the mat again. Plant your left foot flat on the ground, 60 degrees as before. Inhale and come back up to warrior 1. Good work. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale and bring your hands down to your hips. Inhale and push your right leg so it's straight. Good work. So having your chest pointing towards the left-hand side of your mat now. Nice. Stretching your arms out a bit like warrior 2 arms. We're going to triangle pose. So we're going to actually bump our left hip back a little bit as the right shoulder goes forward. Inhaling, bumping the hip back. Exhaling, stretching forward with the right hand and then coming down so the right hand is on the right shin and the left arm is pointing straight up. So the straight line from your left hand to your right hand. Tucking in the right buttock. You can look towards the left or down at your mat, down at the floor. Triangle pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Got a strong rotation, standing rotation. Inhale, coming back up with warrior 2 arms. Exhaling, coming back to frame your right foot. Swivel your left foot round. Pressing into the mat, come back to dog pose. Good work. Take a breath in dog pose. Left side now. Inhaling, three-legged dog on the left side. Left foot goes right up to the sky, toes pointing down. Exhaling, knee comes towards the chest, the nose, then you step your foot right in between your hands. Right foot goes on the floor, flat on the floor at 60 degrees. Just take a breath here and check that your left leg is in a square, your knee is over your ankle. and that your right foot is flat on the ground. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, up overhead for warrior one on the left side. Sinking in to that left knee. Left hip tracks back, right ribs track forward, so your pelvis is in line with the front of the mat. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, rain your hands down to frame your foot. Walk your hands around to the right side of your mat, right edge of your mat, toes point to the right. And have your hands under your face, arms are straight. So it's like a flat back. Going to go to the left side first. Inhaling, left arm stretches out to the side and up towards the ceiling. You're looking at your hand. Exhaling, watching the hand float back down and land on the floor. Place your weight in that left hand now. Inhaling, right arm goes out to the side, up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, watching the hand as it floats back down. Nice work. Walking the hands back to the front of the mat, toes point to the front of the mat. Placing your right foot flat on the floor again at 60 degrees. Inhaling, sweeping your hands up and overhead for warrior one. Front leg is in a square. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, sweep your hands down so they're on your hips. Inhale, push through the left foot so your foot is straight, your leg is straight, sorry. And we're going to do a triangle pose on the left side. So both legs are straight. The left toes point forward, the right toes point at 60 degrees. Both feet are flat on the ground. Inhale for warrior two, arms. And then bump your right hip back as you exhale. Inhale here, stretch the arms wide. And then exhale, stretching forward with the left side body. And then coming down so that your hand is on your shin. Your left shin on your right arm is straight up above you, stretching up towards the ceiling. So you're going to feel a stretch in the right side of the body, all the way from the right heel, up the leg to the hip, side body, all the way up to the hand. And on the left side, don't collapse, stretch forward, tucking the left buttock in, left hip in. You can look straight ahead or down towards your mat. It's quite a strong pose. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, raining your hands forward, pointing your right toes forward. Bending through the left leg. Plant both hands either side of your left foot. Inhale, and on the exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, spread your arms out to the side, up overhead. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Excellent work. That was quite a hard little sequence, that one. Nice work. Our balance today is tree pose. So we're going to drag the left toes and then plant the left foot onto the ground. Nice work. And looking at a point of focus that's not going to move, just get that point of focus, lifting up the right foot, sole of the foot is next to the ankle. Just feel that work in the ankle, and if comfortable, hands to heart center. We'll see if we can hold this for 5, 4, It's okay to wobble. 3, 2, 1, and with grace come out. Nice work. Beautiful. And the right foot now, we're going to drag our right toes along the ground and press our heel into the ground. Take the weight into the right leg. And with our eyes on that point of focus, left sole of the foot comes up to the right ankle. And if ready, bring hands to heart center. For 5, 4, nice and active in the spine, tall spine. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work. Give your legs a bit of a kick out. Good work. We'll just do a hip balance now. So the left foot is grounded into the earth. Just drag it along and then placed on the earth. We're raising the right knee up so the thigh is parallel with the ground. And we're just moving that right knee out towards the side and then back to the middle, to the side and back to the middle. And before we put it down, we'll circle our ankles twice one way and then twice the other way. And relax. Good work. Lots of activity going on in those ankles. The right leg is now going to ground into the earth, really making that connection strong. Weight goes into the right foot as we lift up the left leg. Left thigh is parallel to the ground, looking at our point of focus, and the knee comes out to the side and back to center, out to the side, back to center. This time we're going to windscreen wipe our foot back and forth. And we're going to heel toe it. Just something different on this side. And then we're going to put the foot back down. Nice work. Just give your legs a little kick. So you're kicking a football. Great. Just shake out that bit of tension that we've created there. And we'll come to a seat. So come into staff pose. Coming down onto your mat however you like. And we'll meet in staff pose. So legs straight out in front, toes pointing towards the shins, hands on the thighs or next to you pointing forward. Good work. Okay. This time we're going to do a different kind of forward fold. So just bend your knees a little bit to start with. Have your knees slightly bent, nice and tall through the spine. So just really, really tall. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, rain your hands forward, looking at your feet. And I want you to get your peace fingers and grab the big toe with your peace fingers. So your 2 peace fingers go in between your big toe and the next toe. Grab those and put your elbows, pull your elbows out to the side, looking forward, chest is broad. Inhale and then just slowly pull yourself forward with ease, being gentle. If you can't reach your toes, you might reach your shins or your ankles and do the same thing. So you're pulling yourself forward a little bit. Inhale and just broaden through the chest, looking forward. And then exhale, tuck in the chin, looking towards your knees. And you might find that you can soften the body a little here towards the ground. And if it's comfortable, you might want to straighten your legs a little bit. Just be careful how you do that. Inhale, the crown goes long. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, stretch your hands out, release your toes, stretch your arms out in front of you, coming up to vertical, hands above the head. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice work. Okay, for our twist today, we're actually going to either have our right foot on the mat, flat on the mat, inside the left thigh as usual. If it's comfortable for you, you might like to step your right leg over to the outside of your left thigh. Okay, toes are pointing forward. And we're going to wrap the right shin with the left arm as usual. Inhale, stretch the right arm up, 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 stretching and creating space in the side body. Then exhale, drop your right hand behind you. So you're looking towards the right, or you're looking over your right shoulder. So inhale here, and as you inhale, stretch up through the spine. Exhale, softening into the twist. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to soften. Inhale and come back to center with your hands. Straighten your legs. And then frame your left hip and look towards your left hip. Nice work. And come back to center. We'll do that on the left side now. So the left foot is next to the inner right thigh. Or if it serves you, you might like to put your foot on the outside of your right thigh or right knee, depending on how far down you can get your foot. So just make sure that your foot is pointing towards the front of the mat. Wrap your right arm around your left shin and really hug that thigh in close to your body. Inhale, left hand goes up to the sky, and exhale, sweep it around behind you and drop it to the back of the mat, and follow your gaze that way as well. As we inhale, we lengthen the spine. Exhale, just turning a little bit further. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale to turn. Taking one more breath here. Then inhale, coming back to center, straightening your left leg out. Framing your right hip with your hands and looking towards your right hip. And then coming back to center. Nice work. Good work. We'll do a butterfly here. So have your soles of your feet together. Might want to rock from side to side a little bit. Clasp your hands together and clasp the bottoms of your foot or the outside edges of your feet with your hands. Sitting up nice and tall, so your shoulders are really being anchored away from the ears by your feet. Tucking in the chin, nice and tall through the back. And now we're going to start butterflying the legs. So flapping the knees up and down. Creating movement in the hips, in the groin area, stretching the groin muscles. And also stretching through the shoulders, the neck. Nice work. And stop flapping. And we'll just take a bend here. So inhaling, stretching tall, and exhaling, just walking your hands forward as far as is comfortable. And then looking towards your navel. Couple of breaths here. And then inhale and come up. And send your legs long. So come down to lying on your mat, on your back. Stretch your legs long. And then bring both knees up to your chest. And just squeeze them tightly with your hands. And then let your hands fall back down to the mat, palms down. Going to do some feet exercises here. So stretch some leg exercise here. So stretch your right leg long and allow it to hover off the mat. Active toes pointing up to the ceiling. Your left thigh is still on the chest. Bring your right leg back in. Left leg goes long, hovering over the mat. Just active through the core. Left leg comes in, Both legs go down, hovering up just above the mat for 3, 2, 1, and then bring in both knees and give yourself a hug. Just roll from side to side, clasping your hands around your shins. Nice work. Let both feet fall to the floor, knees up in the air. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh, nice tight cross, and allow both knees to go to the right. Stretch your arms out in a T and look to the left. Inhale through your left lung and exhale, softening the hips and the knees, the feet down towards the earth. Inhale, beautiful clean energy, and exhale to soften. One more breath just like that. On your next inhale, come back to center and change the cross of your legs. Left leg over right. And on the exhale, drop both knees out to the left, looking to the right hand. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. And again, expanding through the right side body, breathing in. And then sending that out breath to your hips, your knees, anywhere that needs attention. Inhaling and softening on the exhale. One more inhale and softening. Inhale and come back to center. Uncross your legs and send your legs long for relaxation. Start to notice your breath again. Have your arms by your sides, palms up. Allow your feet to roll out to the side. And just focus on your breath. In and out of your body. Take 2 deep breaths, expanding through the abdomen, the chest, and then relaxing the belly and the chest down. Inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, softening down. Just notice your tailbone connecting with the earth. Just like the base of the trunk of a tree. Creating safety, strong foundation, stability. As you focus on that area, imagine there's a red glow in that area. Inhale and the glow gets stronger. Exhale and you can feel that safety, that energy going everywhere in your body. Down your legs to your feet, into your hips, your abdomen, your chest. Every time you breathe in, it gets stronger. And as you breathe out, it flows through your body, up to your throat and shoulders, your arms and hands, your neck, your face, your eyebrow center, the skull, and the crown center at the top of your head. Just let that visualization go now as we relax the body. Think about each part of your body in turn. Feet and ankles, relax. Calves and knees, relax. Thighs and hips, relax. Pelvis relaxes down. Abdomen relaxes. Hands and wrists relax. Forearms and elbows relax. Upper arms and shoulders relax. Chest relaxes down. Neck relaxes. The jaw and tongue relax. Pull your lips back from your teeth and then replace them in a gentle smile. Raise your eyebrows and stretch your scalp, and then relax them down. Eyes relax. Skin around the mouth and eyes relaxes down. The body relaxes. As the body relaxes, so the mind follows. Stillness. If thoughts arise, let them pass like clouds in the sky of your mind. Start to deepen your breathing. You might like to introduce the movement into your fingers and toes, your hands and feet. You might like to stretch your legs long and stretch your arms. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Before rolling over to the right. And just taking in all the great work you've done and practiced today. When you're ready, come up to a seat just as you started, sitting cross-legged or with your feet out in front of you. Inhaling and bringing hands to heart center. Exhaling, we bow our head to our heart in gratitude for practice today, and in gratitude for everything that brought us here, the people, the circumstances, and nature itself. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. Thank you. Bye.